Catch up on the latest music news, social issues, exclusive interviews, album reviews, also featuring entrepreneurs doing big things, all on musiclifesocial.com. We do this for the people to empower the people.
Yeah. We back, baby. We back. Music Life Social in the building.
Music Life.
You know what I'm saying?
What it is.
Yo, Raheem, Big Heem.
General Mills salute in the building. Signature Styles.
My brother, Mr. Pop, MLS, double S. You know what it is.
That's right. We back in the building. Man.
Word.
Get to reunite with my guys, man. Word up.
Yeah.
Word, man. So, today's conversation, it's about, I think there's about a week left until, the presidential election with Kamala Harris, Donald Trump. There's a lot to discuss, you know what I'm saying? Over this past week, the narrative has been, why Black men are not voting for Kamala and why they're not, of course, if she loses, they're going to blame it on Black men. That's kind of been the narrative. MLK the third, he kind of talked about this, as you've seen with Obama. He addressed it in his speech, saying that Black men have to stop making excuses or whatnot, why they're not going to vote for her, things of that nature. So that's going to be our topic of conversation. And for those who have not voted yet, there's still early voting going on. Go vote, whoever you decide to vote for. But, but full disclosure, I already voted. I voted for Kamala, best of the worst evils to me. You know what I'm saying? Not my
first preference or choice or selection.
Right, first preference, but given the circumstance and who she's running against, you know what I'm saying? So let's get into it, man. So, the running narrative is why Black men may not be voting for Kamala or whatnot. And, we're going to talk about our different perspectives or whatever, why Black men may or may not be voting for her. You know what I'm saying? What do you all think? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I just wanted to bring up the point, like you said, a couple of people chimed in about that, about Black men not voting. And I was talking to my brother, like right when that, the whole Obama thing happened. And as another from a man from, I didn't hear exactly, I didn't hear the speech verbatim when it was happening, but I heard bits of it or whatever the case is. But my brother was offended. You feel me? A Black man was offended. So I want to start with that. I want to ask my brother Ra, what was that? What did you hear that really made you feel like, like that was a turn off? I'm guessing, it was a turn off. Like, so I'm a Black man. I didn't hear it, but when I heard from another Black man, I was like, come on, Obama. You know how I get. I was like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. What was he saying? But what was he really saying to make you feel like that?
He was talking down to Black men. And, as just a man, even Black, as a man, if another man come to you and talk down to you when you got a mortgage, you got a family, you trying to figure out how you pay your bills, and I don't care if this regardless of Obama's status or whatever, he's in the 1%. Let's keep it a buck. He's a 1%, and he tells us what we need to do. Meanwhile, I could say majority. First of all, 80% of Black men vote Democrat. So this that narrative as far as with how Black men are not, when they did the recent polling, 80% of Black men vote Democrat. So now you're gonna have that other thing, as far as with you got some that are like very independent Republican, but Obama, he just came in and said you need to vote for this sister. Even Spike Lee said Obama didn't even go harder on them. He should have went harder on them. It's like hold up. Now my thing is this: when it comes to election time with the Democratic Party, they always talk to the Black men, but Kamala's what? She's Indian. So why don't you talk to those Indian men that's voting? Go in there and bring that same energy to the white man. It seems like we always, every 4 years, Black men get singled out for voting. And we only make 6% of the population in the US. So it's like,
well, I wish I could remember the stats that I heard, but I did hear, like, as far as in the past elections, Black men was I I don't want to quote no the numbers exactly, but like a high number, over 50%, 60+% of voting as far as male voters, as far as the history. And I was wondering when did the narrative start that they started saying that black men are not or just don't want to vote for Kamala.
Well, it started in really 2016. You probably say in 2016 when Hillary lost, and they blamed black
Right.
men for that. That's when it started happening because it happened with Stacey Abrams. They blamed black men for that. So that's when it started. So
With
that's when
Stacey
it.
Abrams, and I really believe Stacey Abrams should have won.
But then, when Joe
Well,
Biden won, they said black women got Joe Biden in office, but 70
black,
some percent
black
of black
women
men,
and Latinos or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And like,
because even if you look at it too, when Joe Biden went on, if you hindsight looking back on it, when Joe Biden went on the Breakfast Club, he told Charlamagne on their platform show, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
Right.
So
yeah.
a white man telling you that, and then on top of that, they telling us black men to vote for a quote unquote multicultural woman who's married to a white man. How that sound?
I mean,
And that sounds crazy.
I mean, but Obama was the same thing, though. Really,
Yeah,
Obama was
yeah.
half
Well,
white
he's married
too,
to a
right?
black
I
woman.
mean,
Yeah,
had
he's
white in
Jewish.
him. Once you
But at
black,
least he
you
had
black. So
on the
that's the
surface,
whole
yeah,
argument.
because on the surface it like Obama. I ain't taking up for Obama. On the surface, like he had a black family. But you
right.
put Kamala, she got a
I
white
understand what
husband
you're saying.
and white step
Step kids.
It's if you ain't black, they telling us we ain't black because we ain't vote for her. She's married to a white man with white children. How does that
Right.
sound?
Right.
That's
Nah,
how this
I hear what you're saying. I think
Yeah.
it's more of a larger issue, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not a necessarily a Kamala issue. I think it's more of. I mean, I voted for her. I mean, I've been voting Democrat, but that doesn't mean I like the party as a whole.
Right.
You know, I think it's a party issue with the
I
politics
agree.
and everything.
And
They've gone too far to the left, man. You know,
and they take the black vote for granted. They take us like, oh, we just give them this because if you look at all this election parts with the campaign gears towards black people, even black men in particular. If you just seen like even the election happened in 2020 when they had the if you ain't voting, you no voting. When they had a gay black man, Saucy Santana and Trina twerking stripper poles to get out and vote, trying to gear towards that. I don't know if you've seen them ads.
Nah,
And now
but
they
Kamala had not the same type of thing. But it was, she had Megan Thee Stallion at one of her out here. It was in Atlanta, right? Wasn't it in Georgia?
She get Quavo. She got all the celebrities.
I mean, that's good. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like so far as for me thinking about politics, we where we from and we are who we are, whatever. But a lot of people and entertainers and all of that are not politicians. I mean, I guess you're just trying to rouse up the crowd. But that to me don't hold no weight. Like if I seen
because
influence. I mean, because they know those celebrities have such influence on people on their
level,
on their followers or whatever or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So, I get it. I understand it. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
I do because
it doesn't make me want to vote for someone because I still got to do my
research. That's the part I'm saying. Like when I'm not thinking about politics, those people aren't the ones that I'm like, they made a great decision. I'm gonna follow them because they made that decision. Exactly. But I understand your fans.
People think like that though.
But I know.
But if you look at it, like if all those celebs, a lot of them recognize. Like Shaq said, he just voted for the first time 4 years ago. Who else? Danica Patrick, even though she voted for Trump, it's her first time voting ever. See, that's what I think because they in the 1%. So the election won't affect them either way it go.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not going to affect them either way it go because they're going to be, they're not working class Americans. They may, they're rich American, wealthy, but they're not.
Trump get in there, that shit going to affect them. You know what I'm saying? That 2025, you know what I'm saying?
He's doing things that nobody's ever heard, like the things he's saying he want to do. And I think that, like you said, why black men aren't voting or why they saying that black men aren't going to vote, because, everybody sold dreams forever. And why would black people or black men or whoever vote for Trump? Because he actually did something that where it lines your pockets a little bit. You know what I mean? Even though it wasn't really nothing, like compared to having a family and trying to survive in a year or however long or whatever, or the 4 years he was in term. But you know, that's a major difference. You know, they always show dreams. You know, a lot of things people in the hood or people in the in urban neighborhoods don't really think that the vote is affecting their neighborhood, their everyday life. You know what I mean? So it's less of a chance unless you're like a businessman or trying to be a businessman. Like when COVID hit, everybody had chances to be, you know, independence and this and that, and that's when Trump was around, making things more accessible for these people that was trying to be more productive on the
I think
business
too,
side.
and I think too, to given the climate, even with the stuff with Ukraine and Palestine, where money is going to Israel and Ukraine, everybody's like trillions of dollars are going to those two countries. It's like,
Right.
hold up. And even I ain't getting to the reparations part, just like the whole y'all sending money over there, but then y'all telling her, she said when her party's now, she said where she can give each American 700 million.
Right.
It happened.
I heard that was an initial. Just everybody would get that. Then you got to apply for whatever else you may need. That's from my understanding what was supposed to be happening with that 750.
Yeah.
Well,
I think the issue with Trump is that, you know, he took a good economy. He inherited a good economy when he was president, and the shit tanked because of the terrorists and everything he put on China, which backfired or whatnot. That did not help us at all.
Yeah, and I think too the perfect storm too was because of COVID too. Because some people said, "Well, I don't know if it was really him. Man, it could have been COVID," because he got it almost like well towards the end of COVID. I take it towards the end of his term. I take that back. But so yeah, he did mess it up. He messed it up. The economy was good. It was starting to recoup and stuff.
Yeah,
but I don't know what
COVID. You know, Trump was around. He was making those insults about China flu or whatever he was saying.
China virus.
Those the stuff he was saying. I mean, you know, those other countries that we got, you know, we got business with could have, you know, took a turn because of, you know, how this guy was acting and talking.
Yeah. And I guess, and the reason why I'm voting for Kamala is Trump, man, he's on this authoritarian type, you know, tirade, man, and that's dangerous.
Yeah, he's trying to change laws. He's trying to remove stuff. That's insane.
People don't realize that. I mean, you look at North Korea, you look at places like Russia, even China. Is that how you want to live?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was like,
for one person to have. You know what I'm saying? And to conquer people. You know what I'm saying?
Control, losing your freedom.
And who is that going to affect the most? When white people catch a cold, what's the saying? Black people catch the flu. It'll affect us the most. You know what I'm saying? And people don't realize they're not gonna ask who the hell you voted for. They don't give a fuck if you voted for Trump. They're gonna look at your skin color.
And the only thing is, I think, say if he lose, it ain't cutting off the head of the snake because it's a I think he got it's really a party within the party. The MAGA is a party within the Republican Party, so it's going to be someone come along have them same ideology that he has, and it's going to be steady, be pumping. They gave it. He basically pulled the sheet off the damn Klansman head. So they out here now.
They out. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like so. Anybody and everybody in America is going to be under. Like, so if he want to take away the Constitution, take away the Department of Education, those two things right there alone is like, hold up, nah, we can't vote. This guy cannot be getting it. He can't get in office. Like that, those two things alone just is like.
The thing with him, you don't know if you can take him seriously or not because he's an imbecile. Because you were talking about having a purge. I said you talking about. He said one day we should have one day of violence and all that and crime get out. I said you talking about a purge, motherfucker? You talking about purging?
That's what it is. That's what it is.
That's what I'm saying. So he's dangerous, man. He's
those thoughts.
But you know what's so crazy though? He had assassination attempt. We had like we just carried on like it was like. "Quote unquote" assassination attempt.
You know, that's a gray area for me.
That's a
gray area.
That's what I said. "Quote unquote."
It's just like
I got so many things about how that thing wasn't right or whatever.
But the second time,
it's a publicity stunt. You know, he probably was a sharpshooter in the military that hit 100 shots out of 100 shots and was like, hit him in the air.
That young motherfucker they killed with the second guy. I think that second guy was trying to do it for real. He got caught. The second guy.
He was really trying to take him for for real. Yeah.
And buy
We
their
just
home
got
state.
You know, I think black people, black men, let's just say black men are fed up with. I think black men are fed up with both parties, but
Yep.
Yeah.
we're really fed up with Democrats, the Democratic Party, because that's who we traditionally voted for over the years, and it's the same results. You know,
Nothing.
it's the same thing every 4 years. You know what I'm saying?
and they
Like
taking that
Malcolm
great for
X,
voting. They
yeah,
take
like
that vote
Malcolm
for
X said,
granted.
they come down here every 4 years with that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it's the same thing. And black men are tired of it, man. You know what I'm saying?
And that party always has specific policies for Hispanics, the gay community,
Everybody, but
else, disability, that
yep.
anybody else. But when it comes to us, it's like, well, we got to like that policy plan she had. That was so generic. It wasn't one that was for that could have been for that could be for anybody. That plan she had, like this one for like small business owners and stuff like that. It's like,
Right. $50,000 or something like
no, how
that.
about yeah, how about we have a plan for just talk
For
about
small
where
businesses, for small business.
police brutality, black, say if cops, how about that? They lose their job, they can't be a cop no more,
No,
automatic,
can't
whatever
switch
time.
states, can't go, yeah, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, see, I don't know, man. That's the thing. Like,
One of
everybody
the,
get laws made for them. We
right.
are
Yeah.
the last ones, and we
Well,
don't
you know what I'm saying? That's
about
what I'm
be
saying. When
serious,
they
get
passed
serious
that
about the voting.
they passed that anti Haitian. Joe Biden passed that shit when Asians was getting duffed out and stuff,
Yep, yep.
and we supposed to have our George Floyd bill that year in 2020.
Oh, yeah, they threw that
Never
out.
did happen.
Yeah, Republicans weren't going for that. They was like, nah, that's too far. That's too far.
I
You know what
mean,
I'm saying?
hey, we shouldn't even. But that's
You
what
know,
I'm saying. So they say the black men, the black woman is the least protected. But hell, black men are the most disrespected. Because even when Sony Hostin said from View, which man, excuse my language, man, she can get a middle finger for that. Because so when they was talking about she was going down the line about people voting. She's like, white women. She said the people are not vote. Said they vote for Trump. These white women. Yeah, like she was going down every race and these ridiculous, crazy black men. I was like, hold up. You Puerto Rican, and you saying that is just, come on now.
right.
And nobody else got called no name, but we got to put an adjective on our stuff. It's like
Right.
it's okay to disrespect us.
Mm.
And I'm like, yeah, come on. That's like, yeah. So little stuff like that, they just feel like it's cool, and nobody check them on that.
Nobody addressing it. Yeah. They
Yeah.
letting it ride. But I don't know, man. Everybody got a motive. Everybody, far as when you see these people in the public eye, got a motive. They got some type of narrative that they trying to walk in, and I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I in my opinion, people shouldn't. You know how they be having them signs on their lawn? You shouldn't even put no sign on your lawn. Just go vote. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just creating I don't know. I just feel like you making yourself a target, man. I don't know. That's what I feel like. You make yourself a target.
That man, I say, man, I say put a sign in your yard, man. If that's who you support, don't be scared. I mean, Trump supporters, they put signs in their yard. Yeah, they got them all over they cars, trucks, whatever. They flying flags, man. I mean, shit.
But that's the thing, like when they say about gangs and all that. No disrespect, but the niggas gonna do nigga shit. But when it come to the retaliation against the people, ain't nobody doing nothing. You know what I mean? It's just different, man. I don't know. It's just different for us. You know what I mean? Like you said, the least protected, the most disrespected. I don't know, man. And these people, are they really going to answer the goals or the things that you think that's going to happen, or the things they saying they're going to put in place? Or is that really going to happen? You know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like purge, if a purge go on, you know what's going to happen with these people with signs in their yards. You know what I'm saying? But like I was saying, black folk don't really be trying to retaliate against the authorities, and not in a negative way and start no riots or nothing. But you know what I'm saying? Like just in general, you know what I mean? It's just different, man. You know what I mean? It's just different, but
Yeah.
that's why
So
niggas get so upset.
Republicans, man, again, it's so much racial rhetoric that they spew out or whatnot. It makes it very difficult to even vote for them. I mean, You call Puerto Rico, the comedian called Puerto Rico a floating trash can.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And then said he went to a watermelon carving. Come on,
yeah,
now.
that was wild.
You know,
that was wild.
It's things like that. Not only that, but their policy. So it makes it very difficult. I mean, as a black man, to even or a black person in general,
right,
to even support something like that, to support that party when you're spewing things like that hatred or whatever.
And but someone made a good point. Yeah, I ain't, first of all, I ain't rocking with the Republican Party. I really ain't rocking with the Democrat. But you know, somebody made a good point when like specific racial non-black groups, when they get affected by
anything,
when they get affected by something, they say, yeah, you know, like how we call Puerto Rico, say, you know, like old girl from the View, Sonny hosting. She's like, yeah, a Puerto Rican, we this, and this. When Asian was going to Asian, this, and this. But when we get called out, it's always they try to say, well, people of color. No, black folks. Don't try to. So when something happened to them, they separate every other race from them and say it's happened to us. But then when something happens to us, they want to lump us all together like we some big coalition. But like how we begin disrespected. They don't say black folks. They say people of color. So they can be anybody. So
right.
That's messed up what they said. But like, hey, welcome to the club. Sorry, I don't feel. When he made that Puerto Rican joke, I'm like, yeah, that's messed up. But I'm not about to fight. They fight. I'm sorry, I got my own problems. I got my own fight with my people.
You know how my motto. You know how my MO. Everybody wanted to pray for Paris, pray for wherever the hell they wanted to pray for. No disrespect. But I was like, man, if they don't get out of here with that, pray for whoever. If they don't get out of here with that, and we over here, ain't nobody sending. We the most praying people I know. Ain't nobody sending no prayers up for nobody of color. That you know what I'm saying? It's just I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, Put like this. Put like this, I already know this. When candidates say something about other races, I already know what they think about us. So I was like, all right, you know, when he said that watermelon joke, it was like,
yeah, that was.
I knew it was coming.
That was extreme.
Yeah,
if it was a regular little club or something where you know what I mean, like a not nationally, you know what I'm saying, a rally,
right?
That was crazy,
and
mad
these
disrespectful, disrespectful.
And our black folks need to stop going to these Trump rallies and protesting against them folks. Because I'm like, look, man, let them, you know, I ain't about to get
They gonna vote who they vote for, man. You ain't changing their mind. You got your ass at a Trump rally. I mean, you outnumbered, you outgunned.
Definitely outgunned.
You know,
and outlawed because the law's not on your side.
That's like me going to a Klan rally. That's like, yo, all right, they stay over there. Just don't come in here with that bullshit.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
You do all that, you know. All right.
So I read an article, can't remember the guy's name, but he said one of the reasons why he's voting for Trump this time around is because he's a trader. He's in construction or whatnot, and immigration is affecting his job or what?
Immigration?
Yeah.
So he wants the illegals out of here. The migrants.
Yeah, the migrants or whatnot coming from, across the border. It's affecting the construction jobs, things like that. So those are his words. That's what he's feeling. That's how he feels or whatever.
But my thing is that so on that note, with people, I know people want money, and I guess that's all they care about. They don't even care about their freedom no more. Like, to me, that's not a reason to vote for him, because crypto is going to skyrocket. If Trump gets in office, crypto is going to skyrocket. If that's what life is about, I guess, you know what I'm saying? But that's not a reason not to vote your freedom away. Like, because you want to get to the money. He could make up a law and say, all right, y'all got to pay 75% of your income, keep 25, and we're going to give y'all insurance on some Canada, wherever, you know what I mean? Like, he's trying to change laws. The Constitution, he's trying to change laws, make it no more like, we're never going to vote again if this guy gets in office. Like, stuff like that. When you hear stuff like that, I want the bag. I want to get to the money. I want to get that 50,000 or whatever's going on with the whatever incentives he got for people in business. It's not worth voting your freedom away. That's I understand the migrants and all this and the construction, but you really want to give up everything to make a dollar?
See, some of my, one white people, when the last time we was in the shot, is talking about it. Because the immigration is because it's a sanctuary city, so they dumping them in the black neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm.
All the migrants, they put them all in there, and they getting checks. Like of course in New York, they getting like $6,000 a month. And like they had put them. Matter of fact, there's one team, it's for black youth football team in Chicago. They put them in their rec center and they field, had them sleep there, and they had to cancel almost their season, half their season because of the immigration
coming in.
Yeah,
I think
that's
go ahead, my bad.
No, go ahead. I said that's up under Biden's administration and all them. And,
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
I mean, something needs to be done about immigration. It does, man. It really does. You know what I'm saying? Again, but on the flip side, if I was a migrant leaving one of those poor third world countries full of crime and everything, I'm crossing the border too. I can't front. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Family danger, no jobs.
But look,
I would.
They didn't even coming from Mexico. They come from Central America. So Mexico,
Honduras and shit. It don't matter. I'm leaving. I'm out. I mean, I can't front. I would.
But that's so crazy because they not even Mexico. Say, nah, y'all take y'all asses up to America.
Right. Well, Mexico. I mean, Mexico's economy compared to ours.
Yeah.
I mean, but now. So let me ask you all this. So we talked about immigration, how some are getting like money and things of that nature or whatever. So what's the difference between? And I just had this conversation the other day. So what's the difference between someone, that an American citizen that's sitting at home collecting welfare checks and not working, but that's how style is. But that's how tax dollars that's paying for that. And they've been on lifetime welfare recipients. You know what I'm saying? It's almost the same. It's almost the same.
Yeah, but these people are at least slaves of somebody that was here that should be getting paid. I'm not saying pay people for free. Them people from Venezuela and Honduras and all them other places, they need to get it from where they coming from. I'm just saying on that note, and they definitely not getting no thousands of dollars monthly.
Right. Well,
that's a difference. That's the major difference. $2,000 for a family of 6 or 8 versus 6,000. I don't know the numbers. Don't let me start making up stuff.
Yeah, right. It's like
a couple of thousand per person from out of the country.
Let's say this.
Some of those people, I'd rather one of y'all get the money, but see, somebody else get the money.
Look, some of those people from those countries, man, they actually build businesses or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And they start paying taxes.
But
it does. Those extra miles you got to feed to build the business. You feel me? You got to give them something first to build the business. We could be getting
a bank loan.
That's what we do now. That's what
I'm saying. My grandmother worked for years and shit. You feel me? One of her grandkids was not able to, you feel me? You know how our country is. Those foreigners got their mothers and fathers, most of them. We didn't grow up like that. It's just different. Crack cocaine didn't infest those cities and countries over there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's not true. That's not true. I can't agree with you on that.
Well, but for us with welfare, it's more white folks on welfare than anything.
There is.
Well, parts with like parts of them getting money, I would say this. Parts with the immigration, parts with they coming over and getting money, but you see what it is. Some of them didn't even go back to their country and help build that shit back up. So they coming over here and they just reaping the benefits. They can walk in and get a bank loan like it ain't nothing because they will give a bank loan to a Chinaman, an Asian person, to open a store in a black neighborhood versus they get somebody that grew up in that neighborhood to go get a $50,000 bank loan to do the same exact thing. So it's like a double-edged sword. So
anybody that's black is under the guy. They got a foot on their neck when it comes to anything in anywhere. United
that's
States, unless
that's
you
it,
go
dude.
back to Africa and
Right.
hopefully some Africans are still running the city, because you know they take them people taking over Africa too. So other than that, we already in the negative. No matter what kind of narration we come up with, you just logically, we already in the negative. Before we start trying anything, we already got the foot on our throat.
I don't,
We don't even got culture
I
no
think
more.
it should be a cap. I think it should be a cap, the year cap on welfare. I think it should be some type of years. You should,
I think they
get
need to make people work to get their money. You know what I'm saying? Find them a job. I don't know. Find them something to go do some work to get that
Some
bread.
of them just lazy, man. They need to go out and get a goddamn job. Go look for a job like everybody else. You know, I get it. Things happen. People fall on hard times. Everybody needs help. You know, if you got a disability, I get it. But to be an able-bodied person or whatever, and you just sitting at home on your ass watching reality shows, collecting welfare, I got a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Just because you got a bunch of kids or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
I agree with that, though. I agree
I got an issue with that.
That's a fact. I do got an issue with that.
That's paying for that shit.
Yeah, I ain't got no problem with that. So it's just like, it's so crazy.
Disability
I
is
agree
one
with you that said,
but-
and I tax it. You know what I'm saying? I agree with that. I agree with that premise. And the same, because there's so many layers where our tax dollars pay stuff for wicked things.
for
Because our
shit
tax
that
dollars pay for
like
cops.
these roads that they rebuilding and building and rebuilding, that's already nothing wrong with them, is a waste of money. All these new medians they adding in, like just stuff that I be like, damn, they just wasted money. Like, damn, why they do that? What are they doing this for? But
it's a whole bunch.
You know,
it's one of those things. It's like that welfare. It's one crack in the system. It's not even. I don't know if it's going to be fixed. I don't even think they want to fix it. I think it's just a talking point that they say.
It's a thing. Like, you know, they say that welfare thing was a thing where they want to break up the families. People be like, they not relying. They don't need a man. They ain't no man. I don't need nobody. I don't need no man. I just need to have another seed, nigga. You could come around for a little while, get me pregnant, whatever. Kick rocks. I'm gonna get a check for the kid, or you're gonna have to pay child support, or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? So, and it worked. That's what I was saying. That's why I mentioned the crack cocaine, because all of that combined at once for years and years really affects a group of people. You feel me? It really affects.
Reading the book. I was reading the book. It's Black Labor, White Wealth, and it was talking about and like, parts with black men, like, the 60s, during the industrial era, like the 50s and the 60s and the 70s, everybody had the jobs that the jobs that the Hispanics and Latinos men had. Black men had that, and they had a family household. It was like everybody was all in one household. But then when the Vietnam War happened and all this and that, it's like the draft happened. They sent them to war. Then some men weren't coming back, and then of course immigration started coming in, so they started giving the jobs in for cheaper. And then they went. Black men didn't want to, black. It's not saying black men didn't want to do it, but black men weren't getting hired for that carpentry work and stuff. So they kind of phased us out of that. How it is now, boys, you got more Hispanic men that are in that field versus with black men. But in Florida, they doing, DeSantis, he deport, he changed the law where I think they said for us with Hispanic men can't live in a household if they're not documented with a family. It's crazy. It's some crazy.
It was something wild. But on the flip side of that too, some of the jobs that foreigners have, Americans don't want to do.
So
and
look,
we saw what happened. I think it was last year, a couple of years ago, when they went on strike, when Latinos went on strike. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of jobs that they make up for that Americans just don't do.
No, okay, they don't want to do it. They don't want to get paid the right amount. So if I'm not going to do a job, what's why it's supposed to get $20? You want to charge me $10? I'm not doing that. And I could give them. Yeah, that's because you got to know your wealth, your worth. Because if you know that job, minimum wage is $7.25 an hour, and they hiring this Hispanic or whoever $2.50 or $5. I'm not doing that, and they know you're not going to do it. They know you're not going to work they know the laws too. On top of that too, so they know OSHA, labor law, all that stuff, labor law. So it's like they just happy to get a job. Like I hate to say it, like boy,
they from another country. Like all of that, man. That's why they can live a certain kind of way, and people that been here can't live like that. They can't live with 3-4 families in a 3-bedroom or whatever, or the grandma, the auntie, the cousin, the brother, and they got spouses, and they all live in the same house.
Right.
And then we could work
But
$725 jobs
because Home Depot, they stopped there. Because Home Depot, they got cops at certain Home Depots. I don't know if they still, because they used to be out there, so they trying to shut. I know the one in
talking about the day laborers or whatever.
Day laborers, they got to be across the street now. They can't be at the Home Depot. They got to be across the street. They can't even be on their property.
Yeah, that's some Home Depot probably did.
Seen them in a minute. Well, at least not out there. I ain't seen them. I mean,
they shut it down. Really, they shut it down. Really, they shut it down. Really, like you got to be like not on their property type deal. I believe. I think it's something like that. Like
back in the day, they used to be right there waiting for you.
Right.
Yeah, but a guy that I was working with was saying that they're bringing these foreigners into the country because of, first of all, U.S. families aren't having kids like that, like it used to. So it's not as many people as far as to keep up with the work that's supposed to be coming. So he said that was the initiative of why they letting people into the country like that. The reason, and because, like you said, people don't want to do those other jobs. So those was the two reasons. I was like, so what do you mean? He's like, yeah, we was at the airport. I think he said he was Venezuelans. He was in Colorado. He went to Colorado, West Coast, whatever. Was at the airport. He said it was ridiculous. White guy, whatever. So he's a white guy, but he was just like, the airport was flooded with them. They was everywhere. And they letting probably talk a lot of politics stuff. But he was like, yeah, they letting them into the country because
they took over
people aren't having
the apartment complex in Aurora.
Or the Venezuelans or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was saying like, but even before that happened, he was saying how they was coming in to do jobs regular Americans didn't want to do. Like you said, lower paying jobs or jobs that they will be getting paid lesser regular amount or whatever the amount, and that people aren't having families as much as it was back in 50s or 60s. I don't know what year or what time frame, but that was something that was said.
That's what he said. That's what he was saying.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I had to look at the data and shit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not. Who knows?
Yeah, one of the military guys that just but people get different news from different sources, and people telling you say whatever on wherever they get information from.
So real quick, man, this election, who wins?
I must say Kamala gonna win, only because of this last not only because, but especially because this last insult that this guy just insulted people. Like, you know what I mean? People, like you said, it's hard to vote for people that's talking about you and your family and who you are when they talking like that. You know what I mean? So I think that people that even was going to wanted to vote for Trump just for whatever, thinking like, he's not like that. But again, that wasn't Trump that said that. So at the same time, they might still be like, that wasn't Trump. That was the comedian. The comedian said that. That wasn't the Trump joke. That was that guy's joke. So, so when I think about it like that, I'm going to still say Kamala going to win, because it just, the logic of voting for Trump is just way off. Even if I was wanted the Republican and vote for him, once you start saying changing the laws, taking away the Constitution, which ran this whole country from the beginning, I don't know. I don't see how I could be able to vote for him.
Yeah, I want to say Kamala, but I wouldn't be surprised Trump win because, like in 2016, everybody just thought Hillary was going to win by landslide.
I knew she wouldn't win. When he got off that elevator and he said that stuff about Mexicans, he said everything that was on racist white people's minds. When the election.
That's why I'm saying, like, that's why I'm gonna be surprised if Trump wins again. Trump wins again, but then
he said that for
I just seen the interview today. Kamala, she was just on Shannon Sharp's podcast, and she basically said she wasn't black. So she's like said, my Indian mother wanted me to be around Black Americans, and like she has her family that's Indian, but she has a love family that's Black.
What
So
that mean?
she was cosplaying as being a Black woman. She's Indian. She basically came because Candace Owens on there was putting her feet to the fire. Like, hey, all these old pictures and all this stuff, we don't see where your Black relatives at. Because all her family, she's Indian. And so, and even like old interviews like from like 3 or 4 years ago when she was with the actress Mindy, her name's Kaling. She was like, yeah, I'm Indian American. And her brother cosplayed as a Black man to get into Harvard Medical School, even though he was Indian. He pretended he was Black. So
I think when you say Indians, though, the Indians is thick out here. So if that's the case, and they know Kamala is an Indian, they want to support her because of that. That'd be another one up for her, in my opinion. Because those are to me.
her aunt,
No disrespect, but
her aunt came out and said some stuff too. But her aunt today was like talking about how the Indian culture and stuff. So my thing is,
I don't know if she's Indian, Black. I have no idea. I mean,
oh no, she Indian.
I mean, if that's what she is, that's what she is. If she Indian, she Indian. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She don't have to. I mean, just like if
that's
you
what
white, if you Asian, you Asian. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't got no problem with it, but it was thinking with her front. She was fronting. She was coming. Right. She was always dodging that question. She was fronting like she was Black, and so it's like, come on. We see these damn pictures.
You want to get the vote. Everybody still want to get the vote. Everybody still want to get the vote.
I think it's gonna be close. It's gonna be razor tight. It's gonna be
like a 2 week. We probably won't know for 2 weeks, man. Maybe even longer.
I mean, I hope not, man, and I just hope that there's no violence, man. No matter who wins, you know what I'm saying. I just hope it's just a peaceful transition or whatever. You know what I mean. But
if she wins, I ain't gonna promise you, but
I hope she wins. I hope she wins.
It's gonna be some violence. If she wins, it's gonna be some violence.
Yeah. I hope she wins. I mean, of course, I'm not a fan of hers or the party, but in this instance, you know what I'm saying? Because
I think the difference. Well, of course, we gotta play January 6th back of her head, but I think the difference now being that if she wins, it'll probably be a smoother transition because Biden's already in office and he's a Democrat, so it's not going to be and she's the vice president already, so.
Right.
She'll get it. Maybe probably be some bounce, but the motherfuckers be mad about this shit. But like it'd be a transit, she'll be in the power. It'd be a smooth.
So let me ask you this though. So let me ask you this: who are the people that's on the board in the chairs? Who are these people? Do we know? You
talking about the electors, or you talking about the
electoral college?
Yes,
electors.
Because these guys never get out of the chair, right? Don't they die out of the position?
No, you talking about Supreme Court justice? Nah, my dude I went to school, Ashton, I think I met him. He was an elector before. You talking about Supreme Court justices? No, they got the job for life unless they retire or die.
Right. That's one. Okay.
Yeah.
Because those that's a big impact on the whole voting.
Yeah, if she wins, she can potentially put in 3 Supreme Court justices. I think she could put in 3.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So for those that haven't voted yet or still on the fence, go vote. Your vote does count. It is important. Don't think that these laws and these policies don't affect you. They do. It matters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It really does matter. People need to get out of their bubble and stop thinking, things around them has nothing to do with them. Everything that's happening in DC or in your state, it affects you and your household and your family and future generations. You know what I'm saying? So on that note, man, we're gonna wrap up for the night. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Yeah.
All right. That's the next episode, Music Life Social, y'all.
Music Life.
Right. Yeah.
Sure.
Yo, stay on, y'all. Stay on. Cool.